Good afternoon and welcome to the first meeting of the fiscal year. Please silence your cell phone. If you're appearing today before the commission, please introduce yourself and spell your name for our reporter. And effective 7/1/2018, all commission hearings will be recorded for publication on our website. We have notices posted outside also, and you can go to our website, and if you missed anything, every commission meeting will be in the file. Commissioners, I see we have some minutes.
Yes, Chair. Motion to approve the regular minutes of the 7th, the 40th, and the 42nd meetings, and the executive session minutes of the 40th meeting as previously circulated.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. The regular minutes of the 7th, 40th, and 42nd meeting and the executive session minutes of the 40th meeting are approved. Moving into the public hearing, calling agenda item number 1, application number 18-13307 from Go Polo Polo Inc. Good afternoon.
Katie Millwood, representing Gohololo, Millwood Productions.
Thank you. Ms. Rai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 18-13307.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 1, application number 18-13307 is approved. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 2, application number 18-13591 from BLH Brewing LLC. Mr. Lee.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission. To my right is Nicholas Wong. He is one of the members of the applicant. We have no changes to investigative.
Thank you. Mr. Rai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. At this time, administration is going to request at least a 2-week continuance for this matter. We are unable to do the valid protest check on registered voters. We were able to complete the one for owners and lessees, but that said, we would respectfully request public hearing kept open and the matter continued to July 19th.
Okay. Before I call for the question, is there anybody in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? You may testify now, and that will go on the official record, or you may come back. We have some. Mr. Nakamoto, Mr. Kabarat,
Hold on a second.
Mr. Matsunami, Mr. Mihara, Christian Edwards.
Yeah, here.
Please come forward. Okay, so because
There's a gentleman.
Okay. Mihara, Mihara, thank you for that help.
Okay.
So we will, because of the amount of people, we will eliminate the testimony to 2 minutes.
Hold
Okay,
on a
fine.
second. Okay.
Is that?
That's fine. Let me just adjust my timer. So, Mr. Chair, I am going to be swearing in each of the testifiers. I'll run a 2-minute time clock. I will advise you when 1 minute has passed. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear that the testimony you give at today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Paul Maiara. I live in Mililani.
Please have a seat.
Okay. I wanted to give my support to the application for the Deer Lab in Waipio. I visited their existing location on several occasions on University Avenue. It's a clean processing brewery location that has, in the evenings, they have, they sell their product. It's not really a bar type atmosphere, it's a quiet atmosphere. People go there to taste the different brews that they've made, and it's not, they don't have loud music or anything like that. They don't sell food. It's just a quiet environment where people who go in taste the beer. It's like a mainland wine tasting type operation. I've also driven out to the location that they're planning in Waipio, and it's in an industrial area, and the hours, I believe, will not conflict with the businesses in that area. So I don't see it as a problem. And again, it's going to be a clean, quiet environment, and I believe it's something that the area could use. And I believe that these young gentlemen that are in this business have been successful in the existing location and will be ultimately successful in a new location.
Thank you. Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Thank you. Please come forward, sir.
Chairman, Commission.
Do you swear that the testimony given today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christian Edwards, owner-operator of Honolulu Brews Cruise. We're a brewery tour company here on the island. We do walking tours and driving tours to local businesses as well as these local breweries. One of our main goals here on this island is to support local businesses. What craft beer does, it's not just about the beer, it's about the people. You know, you can look around right now and you can see the love and support that this Beer Lab brewery has for this community. You know, this is one of the real, true local breweries where the owners, operators, everybody in this room is from Hawaii or surrounding parts. You know, it's actually true. We give back to the community. Our grains go to the farms in the North Shore. We use local fruits, local vegetables, anything that we can possibly do to build this industry. Beer Lab, what it will do in Waipio is help blossom some of these local businesses that may be just, you know, at a plateau, which is fine. You know, we're not a bar where you go hang out and get drunk. You walk into Beer Lab at any given time, you see family, you see friends, you see uncles, you see aunties, you see everybody. It's a place that you just want to go and hang out and just be. There's just no threats, there's no liquor, there's, you know, it's beer. You know, it's beer. It's what this country was founded on years and years and years ago, is beer, and beer in the community. So I support Beer Lab in their rival here in Waipio.
Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Mr. Edwards, I understand you own a booze cruise, but do you have an interest in Beer Lab?
Do I have an interest in Beer Lab? So we do. We go to a lot of these breweries here on the island, so we have an interest in all the breweries.
Interest in terms of financial or investment?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you. Melvin Kong. Melvin Kong, is he outside?
Melvin Kong?
Please come forward, Mr. Kong.
I'm gonna swear you in, and then I'm gonna run a 2-minute timer. I'll let you know when 1 minute is up. Okay. Do you swear that the testimony given today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead and be seated if you wish.
Please introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Melvin Kong, K-O-N-G.
Thank you. And you are here to testify in support or opposition?
I'm in support of Beer Lab.
Okay.
So
Can you tell us why you are supporting the applicant?
I've visited the existing Beer Lab facility here, and I think it's a good facility. It's a clean run facility, and there, as far as I know, there are no drunkards or habitual drug addicts or anything like that. I don't think opening a new facility would be to the detriment of the community. And that's why I'm here.
Okay, very good. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Okay, Mr. Dennis Ting, please come forward.
I'm going to swear you in, please. Do you swear that the testimony you give today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
I have been to the beer
Could you
lab.
please introduce yourself?
Oh, my name is Dennis Ting. I'm a United States citizen. I live in the Manoa area, and I've been to the beer lab several occasions. And on every occasion that I've been there, I've witnessed nothing but friendly people, and not really outstanding people, but decent citizens. And I have witnessed no rowdiness or drunkenness or anything like that. And I've not seen any reason to have any bouncers of that nature. And I do believe this commission should, exercise the right to have a beer lab in this particular area in Waikele, I believe, or where is this?
Waikele Judge.
Waikele, Texas.
Okay, anything further?
No.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Commissioners, do you have any questions? No. Okay, Commissioners, so is there anybody else in the audience? Please come forward, ma'am.
Do you swear that the testimony you give today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Monique Ross, and I just wanted to attest to the fact that this is a very family-oriented environment. I'm not a beer drinker, but I've gone in there, and I just order a Coke, and I can participate in board games. There's nothing but picnic tables in the place, and so it's the last time I was in there, I saw a group of young people, mostly males, but they brought in all these bento plates and whatnot, so they ate their dinner there. They had a small glass of beer, and they were just basically getting together as a group of friends. And so I feel that, as a family-oriented environment, I would go in there and read my book and be part of the interior community. They specialize in craft beers, so they actually create beers, and they give people the opportunity to taste test those various creations. And they contribute to our economy. They provide a very nice place for the age group that I saw in Beer Lab was between the ages of 25 and 40, a good mixture of both male and females. And they have trivia nights, so you can go and play trivia. And that's basically the part of my testimony. I wanted to reaffirm that this is a family-oriented location where people can get together and have a beer or two. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Okay, please come forward, sir. Please come.
Do you swear that the testimony you give today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
My name is Jeff Huang. I'm one of the owners of Kekoa Collective. Our goal is a community store focused in surf and jiu-jitsu. And one of the things that Beer Lab has, and one of our goals is to break down a lot of the political barriers that we see in different schools and bring the community together. And we've worked with Beer Lab on several occasions to help catalyze and expedite that process to be able to bring the communities together. I've been to Beer Lab several times, and I've brought my family in. I brought, ranging from, we've had small kids and strollers, and we've always felt safe there. It's always been people have mentioned already that it's very much a family atmosphere, that we feel comfortable enough to bring small kids in there, and they'll be relaxing in the safe environment. And so one of the testimonies earlier had mentioned that, Beer Lab does contribute a lot to the local community, and I just wanted to support that notion.
Commissioners, do you have any questions? Thank you. Is there anybody else? Please come forward. Yes.
Do you swear that the testimony given at today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Hi, sorry. My name is Julie Okamura, and I'm here to speak in favor of granting Beer Lab this liquor license. You've heard it from the other people that have testified as well, but I just want to also say that the atmosphere that's created by this establishment is very, it's a gathering place. It's a place where people go, they let you bring in outside food while they don't sell it themselves. People just go there to gather. It's a place you would go to meet with your friends for a little while and have the opportunity to taste something new. It's not your typical bar scene. It's not a place where people go to get drunk or to just drink their usual thing. I'm a parent, and I'm a parent of a teenager, and I also have taken her in, on the earlier hours, and I felt completely comfortable. As a parent also, she's a dancer, and I know that the dance schools sometimes are near these sorts of establishments, and there might be some concern from other parents. I just want to say that I feel that in no way would the clientele that are attracted to this establishment pose a risk or a threat outside of a regular restaurant that serves liquor being there. That's, I just want to say that. Okay, thank you very much.
Are there any more people in the audience that would like to testify?
Do you swear that the testimony you give at today's hearing will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Carolina Vegas, and
I'm sorry, can you spell your last name, please?
it's Galdikas. I've been to Beer Lab quite a few times, and again, same as everyone else says, I've had a really good time there. Great beers, great people. They've done yoga classes there, they've done trivia, they've done countless things, and like I said, just try to give back to the community, and in order to, there's no breweries on that side of the island either. So if you're able to expand that, there'd be so much opportunity for these guys to be successful, and also for more community happenings and stuff.
Thank you. Commissioners? Thank you for coming. Is anybody else in the audience would like to testify on this matter? Okay, seeing none, commissioners?
I have a few questions. So, Mr. Duke, I'm gonna refer to your Exhibit C, which is the layout of the bar. Exhibit C.
Yeah, do it, Mr. Wong.
Okay, direct my question to Mr. Wong.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking at your Exhibit C, which is your floor plan, and there's an arrow pointing that there is outdoor seating in tenants assigned parking stalls.
Yeah, that's not happening. We get some changes to that. And we have an outdoor stall. We have directly outside of our door. We have the ability to our parking stall in essence. That's not happening.
Okay. So you're saying that there's not going to be any outdoor seating of that type?
No.
Okay, so Mr. Luke, make sure that this floor plan is revised to indicate that there is no outdoor seating. And for the record, there's no outdoor seating, right?
Yes.
Moving on, I've also read your response. I've read your response, which was dated 6/21/18, that outlines to the neighboring tenants on their different concerns. There was one question that I have that is kind of conflicting. What is your set hours gonna be?
I guess right now at university, we're still working on our hours, first of all, but at university, we close at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we do stay open until 12 at Friday, Saturday. But this is a different environment. It's a different, it's in a heavy industrial area. I mean, the chance that we stay open till 12 is most likely not going to happen.
Okay, so according to the investigative report, page 3, your hours are indicated Tuesday through Sunday from 12 noon to 7 p.m.
Don't be more than 7.
Okay, so that's where some confusion is, because if it needs to be revised, Mr. Luke, it needs to be on the record now on what the actual business hours are.
Yeah, since the report has been dialogue with the community and there's things we are going to be done, that he's making changes, including that we forgot that we're going to eliminate the 2.
Yeah. So
We're going to eliminate the 2 from the
to change category 1
application.
to category 2 to category 1.
Mr. Luke, we're not privileged to that communication. All we're privileged to is the investigation report.
Yeah.
So you need to make the amendment so we can act properly.
I just say, we are amending it, after dialogue with the community. It's just going to be a restaurant 1.
Yes, I'd like to know what the hours are, so that what is your proposed hours?
Right now, proposed hours would be 12 to 10 p.m.
12 to 10, Tuesday through Sunday.
Yes.
And now I'm referring to your 6/21/2018 page, and specifically item number 7, which is the safety and security of the surrounding area. The issues that you've brought up about the theft and near your units, is that related to the university units, or are you referring to YPO?
Sorry, I guess I'm not super.
You're looking at your number 7, your
response talking about YPO.
Yeah. Is it YPO?
Yeah.
So there's been theft involved at YPO.
I guess yes, in the area there has been, but is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay.
So specifically for your page number 7, we have heard that there has been issues with theft in the past near our units.
Yes.
Okay, we strongly believe, and this is why I brought up the hours, we strongly believe that proving a presence in the area and being open till 10 will provide supervision for our area and reduce theft issues.
Yeah.
So that was one of the defenses that you raised with regard to theft.
Because most of the businesses close at 5 there.
Okay. And then the parking situation is you have 4 stalls.
Yes.
So your average consumer that does come, or what is your busiest times of operations?
About 8-ish.
8-ish. And then so your average, like it says that I think you're gonna have like maybe 15 to 20 people max.
Yeah.
They normally come together as a group, or they're coming in 20 separate cars, or what is your?
And they normally come together in a group. It's a place to meet and hang out, right? So they normally come in a group.
So they'll be parking 4 designated stalls, and the rest will be on the street.
Yes.
During based on my experience going over there, and visiting the neighboring businesses there, the street parking there is very heavy. It's heavy parking over there during the daytime.
Yeah.
So you're indicating more towards the evening is when all of that is going to ease up. Okay. I have no further questions.
The administration has asked for a motion to continue this to July 19th, 2018, and that the public hearing will be held open.
Yes, please. Motion to continue agenda item number 2 to July 19th, public hearing kept open.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 2, application number 18-13591 is continued to July 19th, and the public hearing will be kept open. Thank you, Mr. Luke.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number 18-13693 from MySend US Inc.
Can I pass that? My client's here, probably.
Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll take a short recess. Okay, we are back on the record, calling agenda item number 3, application number 18-13693, Mycen US Inc.
Mr. Chair, to my right is Todd Katahira. He is the president. He is president of Council Wayne Luke. We have no changes to the investigator's report.
Thank you. Mr. Rai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve, application number 18-13693.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 3, application number 18-13693 is approved. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 18-13956 for Myers, Tapas, and Wine. Good afternoon, sir.
Lamont Brown, Myers, Tapas, and Wine.
Mr. Rai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve, application number 18-13956.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 4, application number 18-13956 is approved.
Mr. Brown, before you leave, I wanted to tell you this earlier, but I looked at your background and how you got here, and I wanted to commend what you're doing, and I want to wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 18-14008 from Fish Honolulu LLC.
Good afternoon, members of the Commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Fish Honolulu. To my right is Clint O'Neill, member manager. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Thank you. Ms. Arai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 1 written protest, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Mr. Gota,
Yes.
did you in your client see the letter of protest?
Yes, we did.
Do you have any response to that?
Yeah, we just want to let the Commission know, this is not a bar or nightclub. It's a sit-down restaurant. There will be no dancing or any of that type of activity outside. The restaurant intends to close by 10 p.m. and is, we're keenly aware of the noise issue, and we want to be good neighbors. So there's always going to be a manager on premise who is going to be trained to address those issues. If the community has any concerns, we want them to call the restaurant, and those issues will be addressed immediately.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Goda, but you're applying for a Category 2.
Right, it's to allow light dinner music, but the application we specifically stated that there would be no dancing.
For the record, you will state that?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. Commissioner?
Motion to approve, application number 18-14008.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 18-14008 is approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On the agenda item number 6, application number 18-14140 from Aroma Cafe Inc. Mr. Uyoka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Ms. Uriah Robert Uyoka on behalf of Roma Cafe. Present to my right, Mr. Jonathan Rothman, President. First name Jonathan, last name Rotmensch. At this time, we have nothing to add to the investigator's report.
Thank you. Mr. Rai.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to testify for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 18-14140.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 6, application number 18-14140 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Calling agenda item number 7, application number 18-13913 from KSLRLM LLC. Mr. Uyoka.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Ms. Uriah Robert Uyoka on behalf of Voyager 47. To my right is Mr. Revel Newton, General Manager, first name R-E-V-E-L-L, last name N-E-W-T-O-N. This time we have nothing to add to the investigator's report. We just want to clarify that our business hours state 6 a.m. to 12 midnight. We may have special events to 2 a.m. Special events.
Very good. Commissioners?
Motion to approve application number 18-13913.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 7, application number 18-13913 is approved. Let's take agenda item number 14. Mr. Uyoka, yeah, we're gonna get all 3 of you.
Thank you so much. Robert Uyoka on behalf of KSLRLM LLC. Present to my right, Mr. Revel Newton, General Manager.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to approve request number 18-14621.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 14, request number 18-14621 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 15, request number 18-14622.
Robert Uyoka along with Revel Newton, General Manager.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to approve request number 18-14622.
Second. Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 15, request number 18-14622 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Calling agenda item number 8. Application number 18-13925 from IES Retail LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Keith Suzuka, appearing on behalf of IES Retail, the applicant. KITHSUZUKA. With me to my right is Tim Parker, General Counsel for IES Retail, TIMPAR, KER.
Thank you. Commissioner?
We have no additions or modifications to the investigative report.
Thank you.
Motion to approve application number 18-13925.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 8, application number 18-13925 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 9, application number 18-14143 from Next Wave Hospitality.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Naomi Cole on behalf of the applicant. Present to my right is owner Nicholas Prioletti, spelled Prioletti. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Motion to approve application number 18-14143.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 9, application number 18-14143 is approved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, ma'am. Agenda item number 10, application number
Oh, I'm
18.
sorry. You know what, there's, agenda items 9 and 11 are related.
9 and 11.
Yes.
Let's take agenda item number 11.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Arai. Agenda item number 11, application number 18-14144 from Next Wave Hospitality.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Naomi Cole on behalf of the applicant. Present to my right is owner Nicholas Prioletti. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Very good, thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to approve temp license application number 18-14144.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 11, application number 18-14144 is approved. Thank you.
Commissioner.
Let's go back to agenda item number 10, Commissioner. Application number 18-14578 from Mo and Jed Food. Do we have a call for Mo and Jed Food, please?
May the record reflect Wayne Luke as counsel for the applicant. This is just a renewal of the tip. We've had no problems on the first tip.
Very good. Commissioners?
120 days, Mr.
Yes, thank you.
Motion to approve application number 18-14578 for an additional 120 days.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 10, application number 18-14578 is approved for an additional 120 days. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 12, application number 18-14289 from Wang Jia Corporation.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioners. Robin Melcher on behalf of the applicant, Wanja Corporation, and to my right is Ms. Sun Tuk Stern, STERN, the proposed shareholder and officer. We have reviewed the report and there are no amendments or changes.
Thank you. Commissioners? Excuse me.
Motion to approve stock transfer application number 18-14289.
Second. Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 12, application number 18-14289 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Calling agenda item number 13, request number 18-14549 from Good Company LLC.
Good afternoon. I'm Dave Newman. I'm partners, owner of Pint and Jigger. Good Company LLC.
Very good, thank you. Commissioners?
Mr. Newman, you're requesting from the commission that you want to do like batch type of drinks.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is a little different from the other type of requests that we normally see. Can you please explain to us the normal process on how you do batching these drinks?
Okay. For something like our slushy machine, we want to measure alcohol, measure the mixers that's going to be added to it, put that batch into the slushy machine, and then pour a specified amount that would be based on ounces.
So give us an example, because I'm a little lost here. So I'm looking at your whole, for example, what are you doing?
So we'll use the slushy machine example. Iced Irish coffee slushy, 1.5 ounces of Irish whiskey, 4 ounces of cold brew coffee, 1.5 ounces of cream, and 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, with 2 dashes of chocolate bitters for each one. So we'd multiply that out by what the batch that we're going to need to make for the slushy machine, and then serve it in a 10-ounce serving.
And then what do you do with the rest of the servings if not served that night?
If it's not served that night, we drain the slushy machine, clean it, and store it in our walk-in freezer, our refrigerator. It's at 35 degrees for our beer.
Store what? I'm sorry.
Whatever the leftover for the evening was.
You're reusing the batch.
Yeah. So a slushy machine has 2 settings. When we're not cleaning it, it can stay in the slushy machine. It goes on to cold and it stays in the slushy machine. We try to use it in 2 days.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
And how do you monitor that?
It's just by volume. So if we're going to be closed, say Monday and Tuesday, we don't batch more. If we run out of it at the end of the Sunday evening, then so be it.
So normally, and I've seen requests like this before, where it's more on a time-consuming type of prep that involves like fresh juices, fresh ingredients. and I can understand the pairings and why you would do that in advance. In this instance, you're proposing a slushy machine and just pre-mixing the drinks in a slushy machine. How much machines do you have?
2
And so you're only proposing to do 2 batches.
for the slushy machine. We have other items on there that we're trying to batch as well.
And is it more for time, or what is what?
I mean, the slushy machine is a different product. It's something that I can't make with a blender. I can't make it in anything other than a slushy machine.
But you don't have to add in the alcohol ingredients into the slushy machine in order for it to be effective. Or
you do. It has to combine together. It won't actually set if you put the alcohol separate. So we're measuring based on bricks and volume, sugar content.
how are you doing it now?
Currently, we're batching in the slushy machine.
You're currently batching now,
Currently, we're using the slushy machine.
and you're batching right now.
Yeah, so we put the ingredients in the slushy machine without the alcohol, and it's not as good.
Okay, you're currently batching now, and you're putting.
It's not working because we're not adding the alcohol into it. We're batching the mixture.
The mixture, and you're not putting in the
But
alcohol.
it's not like when we put
Thanks
the
for clarifying that.
when we put the alcohol in it, it loses the consistency that we want.
All of these items that you listed, what? You have 2 slushy machines, but you're requesting for all of these batches.
Right. So some of them are barrel aged cocktails, which I specified. Would be adding the ingredients of an entire cocktail to a brand new charred American bourbon oak barrel, and then letting that age for a specific amount of time. It adds complexity to cocktails. It's being done around the country, and then we pour a specific amount from that mixed cocktail from the batch.
Okay, but if I'm not mistaken, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You're proposing like 20 batches, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're doing Mondays this, Tuesdays this? What
No, so the barrel aged cocktails, we would like to set up a program where we can batch. Some things may take 3 months to batch, some may take 6 weeks.
The barrel aged I get. It's
Okay.
the ones that you're requesting for, which is like the 20 different mixes.
And that's a mixture that would be specifically designed to speed up service. So
Okay, so walk me through this. I got 2 slushy machines. I didn't serve everything overnight. You're gonna do as you propose and freeze it in a freezer for the next day. You're not gonna make nothing on Tuesday, then you're gonna take that out and put it back in the machine on Tuesday.
so then I would make another batch when it ran out if that was on Tuesday.
Okay, so what is the 20 that you're proposing? Like you're switching the recipes according to day, or what are we doing?
No, it's just 2 slushies. It's the iced Irish coffee right now and Scotch ginger colada.
If I can interject, Mr. Newman, as I understand your submission, am I correct that there are 3 ways you want to pre-batch? One is a slushy machine, one is kegged, and one is bottled?
4.
What's the 4?
Barrel aged.
Barrel aged. So the 20 or so that Vice Chair Ganban was describing would be spread out over those 4 different methods. On the list you gave us, can you give us a breakdown on what particular pre-batch is going to be served, let's say, bottled?
Bottled. Right now there's 2 drinks that we want to do bottled. One's called Two Brothers. It's a cocktail that we created named after a couple of our guests. It's rye whiskey, pisco, pure Fran dry orange curacao, Dolan dry vermouth, Tokyo Americano, and bitters.
What's the other pre-batch that would be bottled?
Then the other pre-batch is a cocktail called a Red Hook. It was a variation on the Manhattan.
Are any of these ingredients subject to expiration or spoiling based on the nature of the ingredients?
For the bottled cocktails, no.
What about any of the other 20 or so?
The slushy machines, yes. Iced Irish coffee has cream in it. So the shelf life of that would be, depending on how fresh your milk or cream was, but about a week.
And how do you ensure the integrity of what you're serving is not past an expiration date to your customers?
So I'm trying to make sure that our batches for the slushy machine are under 2 days. And if I have milk, using fresh milk every time, that should give me about 10 days.
Okay. Would that be the same for something called slushy scotch, ginger colada?
Well, perishable ingredient there would be pineapple juice. It's going to have a little bit longer shelf life.
I have one question. So with this batching process and using the slush machine, how can you ensure that the customer actually gets the amount of alcohol that you're pre-mixing?
So it would be the same as if I was building the cocktail in front of them. I'm going to multiply out the ingredients for a certain number of drinks based on a 10-ounce pour for our slushies. And then multiply that out, and then when it's broken back down into the pour, we have a fill line on the glass. As long as the pour goes to that fill line, they'll get the exact amount every time.
Okay, so you mentioned that you store leftovers, right?
So there's two methods. One is in the machine itself. It has two settings. One for when it's completely frozen. It's called setting slush. And then the other one is on cold. And that would just keep it not just under being frozen. I like to clean the machine every 2 days. So when it's that second day, whatever's left I will pull out and put in our freezer.
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second. Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. We are now in the executive session.
I'll talk to them about it.
Okay, we now back on the official record. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with Court Counsel. Commissioners, do you have any further questions or type of action?
Motion to deny request number 18-14549.
Second.
Been moved in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 13, request number 18-14549 is denied. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 16, request number 18-14623. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, Mia Opsiana on behalf of the applicant.
Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Ms. Luciano, when did the license expire?
I believe the last license was in 2011. It's been quite some time.
One question. What has happened in the interim for the last 7 years?
It's been closed. That space has been closed. There's been no business there.
Has ownership changed hands?
I believe so, yes, a few times. And this is the first time that they're bringing a restaurant back to that particular space.
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second. Been moved in second. All those in favor? I vote aye. We are now in executive session. Okay, we are now back on the official record. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with Court Counsel. Commissioners, do you have any further questions or type of action?
Yes. Motion to deny request number 18-14623.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 16, request number 18-14623 is denied. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have a type of action for agenda items number 17 through 24 inclusive.
Motion for the adoption of decision and order, agenda items numbers 17 to 24 inclusive.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor? I vote aye. Adoption of decision and order, agenda items number 17 through 24 inclusive are approved. Calling agenda item number 25. Good afternoon.
Joy Neely, Deputy Corporation Counsel, here for the adjudications calendar.
Thank you. Club US. Good afternoon, sir. Please read the charge, please.
Yes, and
Identify yourself.
Melvin McDowell, President, U.S.
Spell your last name, sir?
McDowell, MacDowell.
The charges on or during the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2016 in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee failed to accurately report its revenues from gross liquor sales or to properly complete the gross liquor sales report in violation of Rule 3-81-17.56 of the rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
What would you like to please, sir?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 25, no contest plea is accepted.
The recommended penalty for this violation is $500.
Girl, would you like to make a statement?
First violation.
First violation.
Would you like to make a statement?
No.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 25, the recommended fine of $500 is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 26, Sea Life Park.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. Mr. Rai, Robert Lee on behalf of Sea Life Park. At this time, we did submit a written request for a continuance dated June 28, asking for a 30-day continuance. So we're requesting August 9th or August 16th, whatever the Commission can accommodate us, we'd appreciate it.
That's right.
I don't have the adjudications docket in front of me, so we'll just go ahead and put it to August 9th.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Commissioner?
Ms. Neely, do you have a position on the request?
No objection to the continuance.
Motion to continue agenda item 26 to August 9, 2018.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 26 is continued to August 9th, 2018.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 27, Osaka Roman.
As Wayne looked for the licensee, I spoke with the Corporation Council. I need a continuance in this matter.
No objection to the continuance.
Thank you.
Next available.
Next available is fine. And for the record, could they make service on B?
I'll indicate.
Thank you.
Motion to continue agenda item 27 to the next available.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 27 is continued to the next available date. Calling agenda item number 28, Goyu Taco Japanese. Mr. Jones.
Good afternoon, members of the Commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Gyotaku Japanese Restaurant. To my right is Thomas Jones, President. We waive reading of the charge and enter a no contest plea.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 28, the no contest plea is accepted.
The recommended penalty is $500 for this violation.
First offense.
Yes.
Would you like to make a statement?
Sure. Licensee apologizes to the commission. This is a situation where owner retired and his existing membership interest in the company was reallocated to other members. So no new member was added. It just they failed to notify the retirement and withdrawal of an owner.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
A motion to convene into executive session.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. We are now in executive session. Okay, we are now back on the official record. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak with Corp Counsel. Commissioners?
I will withdraw my motion.
Thank you.
I'll enter mine. Motion to issue a letter of reprimand for agenda item number 20.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 28, a letter of reprimand will be issued. Thank you very much.
Your consideration, appreciate it.
Calling agenda item number 29, Waipahu Market.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. James Lee representing YK and Song Inc., DBA Waipahu Market. Seated to my right is Michael Yu, YU, who's the manager of the establishment.
Thank you. Madam Prosecutor,
Sorry?
read the charge,
Yeah.
please.
The charge is on or about March 17th, 2016, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee failed to immediately prevent or suppress any violent, quarrelsome, disorderly, lewd, immoral, or unlawful conduct of any person on the licensed premises, to wit, possession of gambling machines in violation of section 281-71B6 of the Hawaii revised statutes.
Thank you. How would you like to play?
And we are entering the no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all of those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 29, no contest plea is accepted.
This is a first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
May I ask what type of machine this was?
It was a type of gaming,
It has never been adjudicated whether it's illegal or legal, so it's still ambiguity. But nonetheless, we plead no contest.
Yes, so I need to know from the prosecutor what type of machine it was.
a multi-touch game machine.
No chance game. That is the name in the industry.
Oh. Yeah, HPD, an undercover officer, went and used the machines and he put in credits. He lost some money, he gained some money, and when he had a profit, he told the person standing there, the employee, that he wanted to cash out, and they went into another room, got the cash, and brought it back to him.
Very good. Thank you. Commissioner?
Mr. Lee.
Yes, since the last incident, no such incident recurred, and the Mr. Yu will continue to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
And you stated this was a first violation?
That's correct.
Is that correct, Mr. Yu?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Has the machine been removed?
Oh, yes, they have been.
Do you have any other machines on?
No, I don't.
No.
Motion,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have any other entertainment devices that provide cash payouts?
Absolutely not.
And all of your devices, or if you do have any devices that have been approved by the commission previously?
I never had any other machines, yeah.
motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000 for agenda item 29.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 29, recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 30, Fresh Catch LLC.
Good afternoon. Reno Henriquez, owner of Fresh Catch.
Okay, the charge is on or about April 21st, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor, or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Edna Lynn Nakapoi, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How would you like to plead, sir?
Guilty.
Motion to accept the guilty plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, the guilty plea is accepted.
This is the first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
Would you like to make a statement, sir?
No, thank you.
Was this part of our compliance program?
Well, you mean the minor? Was it part of the
Yes.
Yes.
Was the ID asked for?
The clerk did ask for the ID. It was a vertical ID, but the clerk did not ask her age.
So if the clerk asked for the ID, automatically he or she should have been aware that at one time that individual was a minor.
Yes.
And by doing the math, they would have come out and figured out that the
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. It's hard to find good workers, but I bought that ID card machine.
You did?
Yeah. So we can just swipe and put them in through.
And are you monitoring that?
Yeah, I
machine
have my supervisors monitor them.
so that they're not
Correct. Yes, it won't happen again. I can't promise you, but I'll try my best.
Mr. Enriquez, it's a very serious
No, I
violation.
know,
And
yeah.
I know you're trying to make light of the situation, but what I want to get down to is your procedures and what happened basically. First of all, is the employee still employed with you?
She got suspended for 1 week. She still is employed with me.
She's still employed with you. And since then, so she was suspended 1 week, and then you did some type of remedial training after, or whatever.
She knew better. I guess she is just real busy and just. I guess she did ask for ID. I think she tried to calculate it, but it was kind of like it was like right there, almost like within a month or something. So she just got the date. She didn't as far as the year, but she didn't check the date, and she didn't. Yeah, she just was careless. Well, no, I think it's real serious. Trust me. This is one of those things that the girl wasn't paying attention, and
Were you notified, Mr. Enriquez? You were notified that this was going to happen within a couple weeks. This type of enforcement.
I didn't get notified. No.
You weren't notified.
No.
You're aware that these type of
I'm aware of it. Yes.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000 for agenda item 30.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 30, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved.
All right. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Calling agenda item number 31, BMA Mart LLC.
Brian Char, partner, BMA Mark.
Thank you.
Okay, the charge is on or about April 21st, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor, or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor by a minor, specifically Edna Lynn Nakapoi, at licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How would you like to plead, sir?
No contest.
Thank you.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 31, the no contest plea is accepted. Madam Prosecutor?
The recommended penalty for this, it's a first violation, is $1,000.
Thank you. Vice Chair Calaban?
Mr. Char, you have any statements?
Well, talked to my wife, she's the other half of the partnership, and I explained that, we could lose our license and that's our livelihood, right? So, and we put up a sign now. She cannot get the dates wrong. It's a big sign with the year 1997. Everything is right there, right in front of her, cash register. Can't miss it, so she cannot misread.
So, I'm assuming your wife was the employee that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little sensitive.
Hard. It's hard. Trust me.
Okay, all right.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000 for agenda item 31.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 31, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Calling agenda item number 32, King's Family Mart.
Oh, yeah. In 40-something years, bro.
Mr. Chairman, to my right is Nam, N-A-M-Q-K-Y-U, Ewan, H-Y-U-N. He is the manager of the premises. He is present with counsel Wing Luke. We may be reading other charges. It's a minor sale of liquor to a minor. Plead no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 32, the no contest plea is accepted.
This is the first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
Thank you. Mr. Luke, would you
Yes.
like to make a statement?
Mr. Yu has mentioned that he did check the ID. It was the vertical ID, which he knew that possibly the person could be 21, but he read it wrong. And that was his mistake. As far as he's already gone to court, and, pled guilty in court, and he went to the court proceedings, and he hopes it will never happen again.
How can you assure this commission it won't happen again?
I realized that vertical ID, the person with the possession of vertical ID could have been a minor, perhaps. And the mistake that I had was she had a 1998 birth year, which I read it as 1988. So it was a very careless mistake, and I'll make sure that I'll look through the ID after very thoroughly from now on. And I'll remind all my employees to follow the proper procedure to implement whatever is needed.
Thank you. Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 32, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 33, Times Supermarket. Times Supermarket?
Well, we got a request for a continuance, so I'm not sure that Craig Nakamura is.
I'm sure he's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't say how long he needed a continuance for, but it's because he had another hearing he wanted to consolidate it with. But I would just say next available, then I have no objection.
Motion to continue agenda item 33 to next available date.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 33 is continued to the next available date. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 34, Bobby's at Waimanalo Inc.
Chris Hirayasu, Hirayasu, President, Bobby's at Waimanalo Incorporated.
Thank you.
The charge is on or about April 21st, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii. Licensee sold, served, or furnished intoxicating liquor to a minor, or allowed consumption of intoxicating liquor to a minor, specifically Liam Tamus, at the licensed premises in violation of Section 281-78B1A of the Hawaii Revised Statutes.
How'd you like to plead?
No contest. Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 34, the no contest plea is accepted.
This is the first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
Would you like to make a statement, sir?
Shortly after the incident, we acquired and we're using a ID scanner as a double check against people with bad eyesight. We're taking it seriously, and we make sure they double check with the scanner because sometimes when you read the numbers, it's hard to see, and if they're in a rush, they might misread it. So the ID scanner does verify age and whether the license is expired or not expired.
Thank you for taking those efforts. For the record, this is the first offense, but this is not your first offense, correct, sir?
No, I would say probably
yes.
in about 15 years, maybe the third.
Yes.
But it's been we are very careful. It's just human error on the part of our employees, and it's been different employees each time, also. So I don't know what to say about that.
Be mindful.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. It seems like you're moving in the right direction.
I've been in this business for over 40 years, so I'm aware of the situation.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 34, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Thank you for coming. Calling agenda item number 35, Long's Drug Store number 181.
Good afternoon, Chairman O'Donnell, members of the Commission. Newton Chu on behalf of the licensee Long's Drugs. To my right is Shannon Terayama, District Manager. I provided the spelling to the recorder. We waive reading of the charge and plead no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 35, the no contest plea is accepted. Madam Prosecutor?
This is the first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
Thank you. Mr. Chu, would you like to make a statement?
Yes, this is an unfortunate incident. It occurred prior to a change in policy for Long's Drugs throughout the whole chain of our 48 stores. Now, if you purchase alcohol at Long's, you will be asked your birth date, everybody. I even tested this. I went and they asked me my birth date, and employees are instructed to type in the actual birth date of every customer who purchases alcohol. And if they're under a certain age, I think it's 27 to 35, the clerk must ask for a photo ID. If they get a vertical photo ID, they have to ring a manager to come over and verify the birth date. So since that time, this past weekend, there was a compliance check at one of our stores, I think on the Big Island, and we passed. So we believe that our new policy that we put into place on May 7th, which was a Monday following the last time I was before you for Long's when we had the eruption, our license was suspended for a multiple violation. We really believe we're on the right path. We're doing everything we can. But unfortunately tonight we do have these older incidents. Regretfully, we had those on the employee was terminated. The employee did check the ID, but typed in the birth date other than the date. So we've tried to cure that by saying you have to type in the actual date of everybody. So we're seeing much improvement.
Very good, thank you.
When did the new policy take effect, Mr. Chu?
May 7th.
If I heard you correctly, the current policy is the cashiers will ask every person purchasing
Yes.
alcohol for a verbal disclosure of their date of birth.
Yes, which is, we're finding that a lot of people, we get some customers that are not happy about that. Mostly, I think someone told me it was mostly men are upset about it. Women, thank you very much, but that's a generality. But that's some of the responses we've been getting. But we do get some pushback from people who are obviously over a certain age and they think you're wasting their time or something. So we are dealing with that PR, the public relations issue. But we're doing it because we want to show your commission that we are taking it seriously.
And what is the birth year that the cashiers are required to check identification?
After 27.
If they appear to look under the age of 27, they're asked for an ID.
In addition to the verbal disclosure?
Correct. And if they are presented with a vertical ID, then they need to call a manager over, who then will come over and actually look at the ID and verify that what they're putting into the register is what's stated on the ID.
Since the policy has been implemented, have you done any spot checks to ensure compliance with that policy?
We have. So we, one of my store managers at the Aina store that was recently fined and penalized, they had their nephews who looked to be, under the age go with him and just kind of, see like what happened, and their cashiers were able to, I guess, follow the policy correctly, and we did that. And that's something that, we take very seriously with my employees. I don't stress the fact that it is a liquor sting or that we're getting fined or anything like that. It's really about, we're selling alcohol to minors, and if we're getting caught with these liquor stings, who knows like what's happening, right? Before all the other times when it's not really a sting and it's actually an actual minor trying to purchase alcohol. And I have 2 kids, and I stress that, after we came to the last liquor commission hearing, I got on a call. Our region director got on a call with all of the store managers throughout the Longs organization. Basically, the bottom line is that this is serious. It's not about fines or liquor stings. It's about people, right? And protecting our community. And so this is important to us. And for me, it's something that I take very seriously, and it's not something that we want to make light of. But we have made huge changes in our policy that I think we're seeing benefit from.
Thank you. So let me make a comment, and I appreciate the efforts that you've taken. And for this commission, it's not about the fines either. We have a responsibility to the general public to protect them from people that are alcohol impaired and killing innocent citizens on the highways. So, thank you. Commissioner?
I know that you've stated you've made significant changes to your policy, and I've heard one change. And I've heard one test, which is a shop type, right? A shopper, a secret shopper. What? You guys have done that at one location. One location that the violation occurred, correct? Or are you doing this secret shopper, or you tested it in other locations as well?
I haven't tested it in other locations. The other thing that we did is we created kind of like a sign-off sheet where after our last liquor commission hearing, every single employee that's employed with us in the state of Hawaii in Longs had to sign off that they understand the policies and procedures, which they go through twice a year, right? But we just wanted to double check. And they sat down with the manager, and the manager explained to them that this, basically what I just said, right? This isn't about following policy, this is about saving lives, and this is going to be taken very seriously, and you will be terminated if this happens. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to go to court, you're going to have to, it's a charge on you, and you could potentially sell alcohol to a minor, right? And so every single employee signed off on that before we made that change, and they understand the policy about checking the vertical ID and calling the manager over and all of that.
So now you have this system that the manager has to come over. How does that flag the manager? So what happens? They produce a vertical ID, you put in a birth date, it automatically suspends the sale.
That exists already, but now it has to be verified before they can sell to anyone who has a vertical ID. The manager has to have a second okay. So even though they may be over 21, because it's possible to be over 21 with a vertical ID, they must have a concurrence from a manager.
Okay, so the example would be that I have a vertical ID and I come in and you put in the date of birth.
No, the cashier does not enter the date of birth into the system. The cashier calls the manager over and they together put in the date of birth into the system.
So there's a dual signature. There's a two-step
It's a check.
process. So the cashier is still signed on to the cashier and then the manager comes and overrides it?
The manager has to come in. So the actual entering of the date of birth happens under the supervision of the manager who's there with the cashier.
Anybody
the cashier
who has a vertical ID.
That thing that they signed off on says when a vertical ID is presented to you, you will call a manager over so they do not enter it without the supervision of a manager into the system.
And your system is flagged to do that as well. So even if they forget to call a manager or whatever the situation is, but they determine they're of age, there's no factor involved in that says that you still can enter it through, yeah?
You still can.
So you can still get the sell through, right? And if the sell doesn't go through, then what is it? Red alert, don't sell nothing, what happens?
I think the thing doesn't open, the cash
It
register won't
stops.
open.
If they put in a date that's not of age, it stops.
Does the manager still come over to they have to void or suspend the sale, or how does this happen?
They don't have to void the sale.
Okay,
It
so
just
I'm in line
stops.
and all I have is this, right? And I'm not of age. What happens after that?
You just
I'm
deny
only
the sale.
purchasing that and then that's it.
Yeah.
You have to void the sale, nothing. I give you my extra care card. You don't have to do anything. Now I'm not gonna buy nothing because I can't proceed.
The
next person.
You don't give any money, right? Because it's done. So we just say no, thank you, and you're gone. You give
Okay,
me back
then you go on to the next sale.
Yeah.
The other thing, Mr. Chu, and I recall this as well, is we had talked about these cashiers that enter in these birth dates that are 19, whatever, their own birth dates, 1966 or what have you. Did we talk about or did we not suggest something to the fact that you guys were going to audit those tapes as well to see if the correct birth dates were being entered?
Yes, we made a call to headquarters and they're looking into other possibilities of altering the software, but I don't have an answer for you on that yet. So that's why we quickly in this region, 49 stores, we had on a conference call 49 I believe, I don't know if we had every single manager, but we had a lot of people on that conference call that following Monday, following that, the time we were last in here, and made these very significant changes.
So you guys are still working on that because this would defeat the whole purpose intended as well because they can still put in 1966 every alcohol sell for the entire shift.
Right. Well, that's why we're having them ask everybody for their actual birth date. And the policy now says you have to put in the actual birth. You can't have a date in your mind like you're suggesting that maybe people in the past have, and that may be true. We don't know, but now, I went and they asked me for my birth date.
Full birth date.
Full birth date, January 1955. Right. So it says you're old, but they typed it in. And then I sent my paralegal, who looks very young, on the Big Island. I sent him in to go buy. He's over 21 though, so he could buy. But he didn't have a vertical, but they still asked him for his ID. So I felt a lot more comfortable with that as well.
I share my fellow commissioners' appreciation for the efforts, and hopefully after these next two, we don't see you folks.
I've represented for 10 years, and I have only been here a few times for longs, and then this year it's really shocking. It's disappointing that I've seen you so much. So please, I don't want to see you.
Just one follow-up comment for those males that get offended when you ask for their ID. Perhaps you should just refer them to your competitors.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for the
Thank you.
efforts going forward. My motion is going to be to approve the recommended fine of $1,000 for agenda item 35.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 35, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Calling agenda item number 36, Long Struggle Store number 7356.
Newton Chu, on behalf of the licensee, good afternoon, Commission. Waive reading of the charge, and we plead no contest.
I'm sorry, I don't recall you introducing your client.
Oh, and to my right, I'm sorry, Shannon Teriyama, District Manager.
Thank you. Motion to approve the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 36, no contest plea is accepted.
This is the first violation and the recommended penalty is $1,000.
Yes, members of the commission, again, this matter occurred the weekend after that weekend that Thursday, May 3rd, when we were here with another violation. And the managers spoke to everybody, I believe it was on the Friday after that meeting, and still the next day we were shocked we had a violation. So that warranted the further meeting, which we discussed in our last hearing on Monday, May 7th. So we're regretfully here on that. This employee asked for ID. We don't know what date he typed in, but he made the sale and subsequently lost his job.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 36, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved. Calling agenda item number 37, Long's Drugs, number 9317.
Good afternoon, Chair O'Donnell, members of the Commission, Newton Chu on behalf of the licensee, Long's Drugs. To my right, Shannon Teriyama, District Manager. We waive reading of the charges and we plead no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 37, the no contest plea is accepted.
This is the first violation and the recommended fine is $1,000.
Thank you.
Yes, members of the Commission, regretfully, this violation occurred the weekend after the time we were here before on May 3rd, and after all employees were instructed to pay attention to our policy not to make sales to minors, to check IDs carefully, to enter in the actual birth date. This employee failed to follow that policy, and here we are. And we believe that with our changes that we've implemented, we hope that we won't be here again. Let's see.
What happened to the employee?
Employee lost her job.
Motion to approve the recommended fine of $1,000.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda, excuse me, agenda item number 37, the recommended fine of $1,000 is approved.
Thank you.
Do we have somebody else here that needs to, has business with the commission? No? More people here than we normally have at the end of our meeting.
This is our Ron's team of
Yeah, very good, okay.
being
Colin,
schooled. Being
just
schooled.
wanted to make sure everybody was
Thanks.
taken care of. Thank you. Agenda item number 38, thank you.
This is it. It's over.
Agenda, no legislative update.
Right, there's the final report is in your folder. This is the last one we're doing for the year.
Okay.
Thank God. So there will be no more legislative updates on the agenda.
Thank you. And that was, everything was effective July 1st, correct?
Well, actually, the other 4 bills became effective without signature on Father's Day because 45 days after adjournment. So only although the Senate Bill 2945 Act 25 was signed early, it had been given an effective date of July 1. So
Okay, very good.
we're in good shape now.
Calling agenda item number 39, Administrator, do you have anything? No? Very good. Meeting is adjourned. Gee,